Hey guys, what's up? It is Dan Lags, and welcome back to part number 4 of the GTA inspired Let's Build the Southwestern home. So, we are back today for the 4th part, and I have made some changes to the house off camera, so I want to kind of go through those before we start building today. I just had to do some of this stuff off camera because it was going to be kind of a challenge, because the more I, progress through this Let's Build, the more I realized the inconsistencies between the exterior and the interior in the actual game of GTA. So it's been a little bit of a difficult transition, but I think I've done a pretty good job. So let's go through that now. Just for starts, I expanded the road a little bit on both sides, just a tad. Really, the front of the house doesn't look any different from the end of last episode, other than the fact that I actually lifted up the garage 1 block, so you can kind of like peek in there, I guess. I don't know why I did that, I just thought it'd be funny. And let's go ahead and make our way over to the back of the house where there are some large changes. So back here, I went ahead and finalized kind of the curve of the pool deck. I added in the blocks that I wanted to use for the pool deck, and we're going to work on that today. We're going to finish that. I added some windows on the back wall here, and I also added a little bit of like a vine design thing with the acacia leaves. You guys got to let me know if you think I should keep that or not. I think it looks pretty good, but I'm not 100% sure. And yeah, that's pretty much it for here. And then what I also did was I expanded the bottom window here, and I dug out the entire space. So when I left you guys at the end of last episode, this whole space under here was pretty much just grass and kind of like a slopey hill, and I dug all of that out so we can start to work on that. And that's going to be the goal for today's episode. We're going to do the pool area, we're going to do a little bit of interior, and we're going to completely finish the exterior of the build, because other than just a couple of windows and maybe a few trees, the exterior is pretty much done. So let's go ahead and do that. But first, let me go ahead and show you guys some of the changes I've made on the interior. So let's go ahead and walk on inside. We still have kind of this entrance room, and I'm not 100% sure what I want to do with this. I might put some coat racks here and like a table along this wall, and then maybe like another table over here or something like that. But it's really, not really, it's open for, interpretation at this point. Coming inside the house, obviously, I did this part last episode. We did the kitchen, the dining room, and we also did the living room. But I also added a window right here behind this sofa, so you can look out onto, if you jump, I guess, you can look out onto the pool deck. And then I added some like miscellaneous things, so I added a little table here, and a painting, a flower, a lamp, and a Danville's anvil. And then over here is where I made some big changes. So this was the part that was very difficult for me to recreate from GTA, because there's just inconsistencies that I was really having a lot of hard issues with. And it was actually a little bit of a challenge kind of trying to recreate this, but I think I did the best I could. This room here is not on the build in GTA. I added this my own. What I'm going to do is actually make this a mud room. So there's going to be a laundry room in here, or like the laundry equipment in here, and maybe some shelving. And then right in here is actually the connection to the garage. So you kind of walk down this staircase. We have ourselves a garage. It's not like a huge space in terms of like the distance from the garage to this balcony, but I think there's a big enough space to fit a car and maybe even 2 cars. And then there's a little staircase down over here that leads actually out to the pool deck, which there is no entrance to the pool deck from the interior in GTA. You actually have to walk around the back. There's not even a pathway. So maybe a little bit of lazy job there by the developers of that game, Rockstar, but who knows? I'm not going to put anybody on blast. What I did was I tried to take the inconsistencies and change them and make it so they actually worked in Minecraft. And I think I did a pretty good job. So we have this little room here that connects to the garage, which connects to the house, but we also have this space, and this is a big wall that you can see actually on the build. And I'm probably going to put some sort of video on the screen at some point here to show you guys what this looks like, just so you can refresh your memory if you haven't seen this house in GTA. And this room here doesn't make any sense from the interior of GTA. It doesn't make any sense at all. So what I did was I kind of put this at the bottom of the staircase. So when you come down the staircase right here, and I did a staircase out of wool, what am I saying? I mean carpet. I don't know if I like that or not. I might put it back to slabs. It was originally slabs, but I made it carpet so it looked a little bit more modern. And then of course I have the waterfall and the skylight. That's also, all that stuff is there. But in GTA, the way this works is, let me go ahead and grab a block of light gray wool. And the way the second level works down here is there's the entrance to the master bedroom, which is in here, and that's all fine and dandy. It connects to this window, and then the master bathroom is going to be in that space. That's perfectly good. We probably work on that at some point today. But over here, this basically is just a wall here. There's no window. There's nothing there. It's just like a corner. So I'm thinking, I can take advantage of that, and I can open up this space and actually create a big window that connects out to the pool deck. And I think this is pretty good. And we have even more room to grow. We have space underneath of the garage that we can work with. We can add another bedroom. And we also have this fireplace out here that's on the outside of the build in the game. And I'm thinking, how does this fireplace connect at all to the interior? Because it's along the garage. It doesn't make any sense. So I have a plan for this that we'll kind of go over maybe next episode. But let's go ahead and get started with some building. I think I covered all of the changes I've made. I spent like a couple of hours trying to work on this and test everything. And I think I did a pretty good job of taking what the game of GTA gave me in terms of the outside design and the interior, and then kind of mixing them together and connecting them really well for Minecraft. So that's the beauty of Minecraft, is I can change as much stuff as I want to kind of make it perfect. So we're going to go ahead and get started with this pool area now. Alright guys, so for the pool area, I kind of did like a multi-level thing. We have a lining of acacia wood going around the edge here, and then you kind of drop down into a level of slabs, and this is where I'm going to be actually adding the pool. So I'm going to try to make some sort of curved bean-shaped pool that kind of fits this space. I don't really want to make it exactly the same as it is in the game, but we'll see what happens. Let's go ahead and just get started with it. What I'm going to do to start off is I'm going to make like 3 blocks opening right there, maybe 1, and then 3 more, and then 1. Then we'll do 2 and 2 and 2. And that's going to be like the first angle that I'm going to kind of, try to mess around with here. I'm going to do something like that, like a 1-2 combo. And we'll probably go 2 more, then 1, then 3, then 1, then 2, and then 2. That might be the shape of our pool. That might look pretty nice, actually. I might actually extend this out a little bit right here. And I'm going to grab a... actually, I'll break that, I'll break that, I'll break that. And let's give that a try. Alright, so I'm going to break all this space here. And really the next thing I have to do is just kind of create a lining of quartz slabs, and that's how I'm going to do this pool. I think this is going to be a nice looking little space here. Already I think this house is coming together really nicely, so pretty much everything from here on out for the rest of this Let's Build is just going to be icing on the cake, because I think we've done a really good job on the exterior in terms of recreating it, but also incorporating like what the game gave me for interior inspiration, and then taking that and actually like making it make sense, because it just doesn't make any sense in GTA. It makes no sense. The interior and the exterior do not match at all. And I think I kind of took that and made it so it does match, and that's honestly, like, that was my whole goal of this Let's Build. And there we go, we have a nice little pool design right there. That's pretty good. And let's go ahead and dig this out. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do this episode and then one more episode after this. My goal for this episode is to, again, finish the exterior completely. I'm gonna be adding some more windows once I finish this pool area, and then after that I think I'm gonna do some interior. Maybe I'll furnish that master bedroom, and then next episode will be episode 5, and I'll just do some more interior in that episode and kind of wrap everything up. And I think I'm going to be done for this Let's Build. It's not going to be very long. Only a 5-part Let's Build. Maybe 6 if I don't finish everything next time. We'll see what happens. But, yeah, it didn't really take me a whole lot of time to build this house. Again, a lot of off-camera work for this one. But it needed to happen because, like, literally I spent a couple of hours last night working on this thing, trying to get it to work. And a lot of that time was really me trying to concentrate and focus up. And I don't really think it would have been a very entertaining video. I would have probably just been like kind of just contemplating to myself and just saying a bunch of times. So I figured it would be smart for me to just kind of get that stuff figured out and then do something that I actually know exactly what I'm going to do first time through on the video. So I think the exterior matched the interior really well, and I'm pretty happy about it. I think it's going to be ultimately a really nice house when it's done. A lot better than what I originally planned for this build. So that's perfect. I love that whenever I can start a build and I exceed my expectations for what it's going to turn out to be. So it doesn't get any better than that. I can't complain. And I think it's cool that I can actually add more stuff to this, because the interior of this build is so limited to what they have in GTA. But in Minecraft, it's unlimited. I can add extra rooms, and that's what I'm doing. I'm going to be adding more rooms. Obviously, I added the first room last episode, that extra space. So that's the cool thing about it, is I can add more rooms, more space, and I can dig out the basement even further if I wanted to. I think I'm going to do that. Ultimately, there's only 1 bedroom on the house in GTA. I'm probably going to end up adding 3 bedrooms, so that's another really cool thing. Again, the possibilities are endless. That's what I love recreating things in Minecraft sometimes, because you can change it to like what suits Minecraft and like add to it, and I think that's just like so cool. Like, it kind of makes me want to go back to my real life house Let's Build and like add stuff to my house, like add like a sunroom, or like a nicer backyard or something like that. Not saying that my house isn't nice, but like just add stuff. Maybe like ask my mom like, hey, what do you want added to the house, and I'll just do it in Minecraft just for fun. But yeah, this is looking good. I like the prismarine sidewalls for this pool. I think that's definitely a keeper. I'm also gonna do prismarine floor as well because I think these prismarine blocks look really good. These are prismarine. This is actually dark prismarine, not prismarine bricks. The prismarine bricks I'm not a huge fan of. Let me take a look at these real quick just to get another look at them. Yeah, I don't really like those a whole lot, but I like these dark prismarine blocks for pools. This is like what I'd use. This is the go-to block now for the city texture pack when it comes to pool designs. 10 out of 10 would recommend to you guys absolutely for pools. It's cool when they add these little blocks to the game in the new updates because they always have these little niche uses in each texture pack. So like this is the perfect block for like the sides and the floor of a pool in the city texture pack. It's perfect. And like that's what's great about Minecraft. Is like each block has a different use in different texture packs, which is always cool. Like for example, I would never really use like sand in like the default texture pack for walls, but I do in the city texture pack. Same thing with like I would use smooth sandstone slabs or smooth sandstone blocks in general for walls in the default texture pack, but I would never use those in the city. So it's just cool things that you can do to the game that just like changes everything depending on what texture pack you're using. So it's always cool. Alright, so I'm just going to start to fill in this water here for the pool. And I'm not a huge fan of the water. I've never been a huge fan of the water in the city texture pack. I think I'm pretty vocal about this. I don't think it looks very realistic. It's like this, it's not the right color. Like the water is just not this blue. So it's like a kind of like a tealish blue, and I don't really like it very much. It's like a light blue. And I'm not a big fan of it, but you know, it's alright. It's not the end of the world. I prefer the water in the natural texture pack, actually. I think is the best water, but there's our pool right there. Simple enough, right? Took only a couple of minutes to build. Really, the last thing I want to add to this is just some white stained glass panes. I'm gonna probably put these on the sides here, maybe as like a little like entrance to the pool. I can put like a ladder there or something like that, and that could be like the entrance. Slabs used to not connect to glass panes, but they do now, so it's kind of like it's really good in some uses, but like right there it kind of looks a little weird, but I'll leave it anyway. And that right there is going to be the pool for this house. And I think that looks pretty good. So other than that, I mean, that's really all we have to do for the back of the pool deck. I did create a little staircase down to the backyard grass. That's not there in the game, but I added it here in Minecraft, and I think that looks pretty good. Really, the last thing I could add to this was just take some sea lanterns and just kind of place them in the wall here just to light this thing up a little bit. Just so it's, you know, you can actually like see underneath the water when you're swimming, because that's always useful. Alright, so let's place that there and right there. I think that's pretty good. So we'll have a couple of those in each spot. I think I made this pool like unintentionally like symmetrical. It's kind of like worked out like that, kind of weird, but I think it looks good in that space. Okay, so next thing we have to do is add some windows. That's going to be our next goal. Windows are actually kind of tricky here in this particular build because of the sand on the outside walls, and I've actually found a little bit of a strategy on how to place windows properly. Obviously I'm kind of indenting them because I have the walls double stacked, which is something I'd recommend you guys do, but it's been a little bit tricky because I have the sand being it's floating underneath of this string, as you can see. So that's been a little bit of a tricky transition for sure, but I want to add some windows on this wall, maybe like one there and one there. And then again, same thing over here. I want to add a couple more windows on this wall because whenever I finish a Let's Build, I like to look at the build from like every angle possible and make sure that I approve of each angle. So as of right now, I'll kind of give you like my little rundown of that. So out front, absolutely, it's looking great. I completely approve of this. This side angle, again, looking good. No complaints at all. And then the back angle looks good. Want to add some more windows in that wall, but other than that, I'm pretty happy with it. But this angle right here needs more. It needs more windows. It's too flat. It's too plain. I know it's like not really supposed to be like the main feature of the house. Like you don't really look at this wall very much, but I still want it to look good. And then of course the aerial view is awesome because it's shaped like an L. It's like a backwards L, or I guess if you look at it like this way. But the bottom line is the roof looks really nice. I think the birch wood slabs are like a perfect use for that. I can never find a use for those birch wood slabs in the city texture pack. I finally found a use for them, so pretty happy about that. So let's go ahead and add some windows now. This is going to be up for interpretation exactly where these are going to be positioned, but I'm at least going to get started with this. So I'm going to probably place one like right in between these, maybe like one right here actually. Let's go ahead and open these. So I have like a little strategy I can kind of show you guys. What you do is you literally you press the left and right trigger literally at the same exact time. Like just like you literally hit it at the same exact time. Sometimes you'll break the block in front of your face, but most of the time you literally just break the sand and like immediately place the block. I don't know why it's not working right here. Okay, I just choked that. Okay, well, it was working for me like all last night. I guess I just forgot how to do it overnight. All right, so let me go ahead and try this again. I don't know why it wasn't working on this block. Why is it not working? There we go. All right, so again, you gotta get the timing on it. It's a little bit tough, but you have to hit the left trigger, like literally a split second before the right trigger, because the sand falls really fast nowadays. All right, so let's open this up. Let's see where this window is positioned, because I want to try to make sure that these windows are put in a good spot for the interior as well. Got to make it interior and exterior. And that's a perfect spot right there, because it's one away from the wall there for this bedroom. Overlooks the pool. Couldn't ask for anything better. So I'm probably going to do another one right here. And this is where I'll have it open up. Alright guys, so these windows are put in now. And there's no real rhyme or reason to them. They're just matching the interior. That's like my #1 goal. I don't mind if the windows are a little bit like off center. As long as they're matching the interior, I'm happy with it. So like that's the thing about Minecraft, is it's very difficult to like match windows from the interior to the exterior. Sometimes you have to really like learn how to do that, and sometimes you have to make compromises because of the proportions of the game. So but ultimately I think this is a nice little transition right there. So we have 2 windows in this bedroom along with the big window in the front. So that's awesome. I think that's a good start. Now really the next thing I have to do is indent them, and this part gets a little bit tricky. So the way I do this, and you know, it's not really the best way. I try to place the block like underneath like really fast, but most of the time it doesn't really work. So let's see if I can do it here. So far I'm 2 for 2. There we go. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. Perfect. And let's do the same thing right here. All right, cool. So that actually worked great. We were able to put those windows in like perfectly. So that's kind of how I like to indent the windows, with just a lining of slabs over top of it. I think it looks good. I don't know. There's no real reason why I do it, but I think it looks nice. So there we go. We have some windows in that wall now. I could expand this vine here, and I'm sure there's other things I could add to this wall to make it look a little bit better. Like for one thing, I wanted to try actually, and I know this is probably not smart to do this on a camera because I'm never gonna get the painting I want, but I wanted to put like a little vent on one of these walls. So like, I don't know, maybe like right here. I was gonna put like that 2x1 painting that looks like a little vent that kind of comes out of the house. And let's see if I can get it within the first couple of tries here. If not, then I'll just, you know, cut ahead until I have it. But there it is. All right, that was it right there. Of course I broke it because I just get into a rhythm. There we go. Okay, so like I kind of want to do that, just add a little details, right? You know, the city texture pack allows stuff like that. Just adds a little vent up there. Why not? All right, so that's cool. And I think that's pretty much good for this backspace. Really all I could add now is maybe some like chairs. I was even thinking about putting like a tree right here, like a little palm tree next to the pool, like a tall one. I think that might be cool. I'll experiment with that off camera probably though, because that could look terrible. So we'll see what happens. But I think that wall is looking pretty good. So now let's go ahead on the interior here, and let's take a look at this room. So this is going to be the master bedroom space, and really the only thing I want to do in here. So obviously I'm going to add the bed on this wall and then kind of furnish it. But this bathroom space, I want to add a window in here as well. So we're going to have to figure that out later. That's going to have to, you know, we're going to be playing around with the environment out here. So let me fly back out here. As you can see, there's kind of like this sloping hill. So this window is probably going to be like somewhere around here. And I'm going to have to probably dig out this a little bit more so I can actually like see out of that window. And that's fine. And we'll do that absolutely. So let's go back inside here. And let's do a little bit of furnishing. Alright guys, so this bedroom is kind of a basic concept. It looks really nice in GTA, so I'm going to try to recreate it as best I can. In this bedroom, there actually is a window right here, pretty much right up against the wall, so we'll punch that out later on. Alright, so I quickly added a painting there. That looks pretty good. And let's go ahead and add like the frame for this bed. So I want to do a bed frame that's like real basic. This is probably gonna be like a 2010 looking design here or something like that, but I think it's gonna be kind of cool. So we're gonna do a 4-block wide bed that goes like all the way down like this, and this is just gonna be the base of it right here, right? Something simple like that. And I might actually get rid of that painting and make it higher up. And this window here, that might be a interesting spot for that. I don't know if I'll keep that there. Maybe I'll make it like a 1 block wide window instead of 2. That way it's not like right up against the bed. That was not really my plan there. So let me see if I can do that. And also what I can do is I can actually trim this space if I needed to. That's also an absolute option. I might actually do that, just give myself a little bit more space here. So let me go ahead and actually place back this black stained glass. Let's go ahead and add another lining there. We'll break this. We're doing a king size bed, people. And I'm going to just kind of take this wall in 1 extra block because we have so much space in here to work with. So we don't really need to kind of, take this wall in too far. Plus, it'll line up with that window, I think, a little bit better. So that'll look good. Let me break this real quick. So apologize for the darkness. Let me go ahead and light this place up in a second. I'm just going to add this wall right here. And we'll place down some sea lanterns. So natural lighting just does not do the job. I wish it did. It's just, it doesn't spread as far as you would like. All right, so there we go. This is going to be the bathroom. We're not going to use all this space, but it is a pretty large space. That's cool. All right, so next thing I'm going to do is let's go ahead and work on this bed. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to get a dark oak wood slab kind of lining here, like that. I might actually make that like a straight up block. Now let's start off with the slab, and then I'm going to do brown carpet there. And this is going to be kind of the theme of this this one. So I'm going to grab, let me see here. I could get a, this is a possibility. If I can find the block I'm looking for, that would be real great. All right. So there we go. And that's going to be kind of like pillow that's sticking up. And then I could do that. And that's going to be our bed design. I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to take this out 1 block here and here. I'm going to put some lamps on that. Those might actually melt the snow, so that's a problem, but that's all right. What else can we do? And trying to think of anything else we could add to this. I want to put a lamp, I really do, but it's going to melt, so I'm going to put some flowers instead. I'm going to do some of these orchids because I really like these. These look really good. I've been a big fan of those since they first came out. So there's our little master bed design. I think that looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do around this is I'm going to add some diorite, because there is a kind of like a diorite carpet theme that we're kind of trying to stick to here. And I think it'll look really good going around this bed as well. So I'm going to kind of take this down here and then fill that in. And that'll probably be good like that. I think that's fine. So that's going to be that space. And of course we'll have the bed, the bathroom on that wall. But that's looking pretty good. What I want to do over here is I want to actually add a chair kind of like out looking here. Because there is a chair that's kind of just sitting there in the game. It's obviously a chair you can't really build in Minecraft, but I'm going to put it there anyway. And then lastly, I'm going to get a Dangeles anvil right up against the wall here next to this window, just like that in that corner. I think that'll look good. And I think that's good for that space. We just really much have to punch out that window. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to grab a painting. I'm going to try to get the, not that one. I'm going to try to get the aquarium painting. Let me go ahead and just minimize my options here. There we go. Aquarium painting. Let's see if that one looks good above the bed. Sure, why not? Okay, so let's go ahead and add those windows on the outside. Let me just go ahead and I'll just bust my way out right here. I don't feel like flying all the way around. So let's see. We got like 3 blocks in on this plane, so it would be right here. So we'll do that and that. Okay, we gotta place those quicker. There we go. So that's where that window is going to be. And what I need to do is get the slabs out and do this and that. Oh, there we go. Messed up a couple of times, but that's okay. And this is going to be sand like that. And then basically just fix that up there. And there's one of our windows. We're going to have to, like, again, terraform this a little bit more, because I'm going to have to slope it out because I want to add a window in the bathroom. That's basically going to be like way underground at this point. So I need to kind of add that. And up here, what we need to do is actually go ahead and break this. How's that going to work? Let me see if I can do this. Oh, okay, that's not what I wanted. All right, I'm going to actually just have to compromise here. That's going to be tough. So what I want to do here is actually place the slabs right above the windows. I want to do that for this. So let me go ahead and break this. The sand has been an issue for sure because of the gravity and everything. That would be cool if you could like turn that off for creative mode. I think that would be awesome, but you cannot, so that's fine. There we go, just add a little bit of those windows, just so it just adds a little bit more color on that wall. I think that's cool. And then of course right here, gonna add some more sand. And this is looking pretty good. So let me come back inside here. I'm probably gonna end up actually creating like an exit to here. So we'll just kind of do that now so I don't have to keep breaking. Because I did the same thing up here. I had a little exit out to that balcony. That's cool. All right, so that's looking pretty good right there on that wall. I think that's a good start. So that's gonna do it for today's episode, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll finish the master bedroom here. I'm just gonna add some tables and miscellaneous furniture on this side, and then I'll do the bathroom and everything off camera. And then next episode will be part 5 of this build, where we are going to do some more interior stuff around the other parts of the house. And I think next episode, if everything goes right, should be the last episode of this Let's Build. So we pretty much have the entire exterior done. We have a pretty good chunk of the interior done as well. So we're making good progress in this house, just 4 episodes in. I'm pretty happy with it. So thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this Let's Build. Hopefully you guys like this house. I think it's pretty good. Thanks for watching, everybody. Give it a like if you did enjoy it. It's been Dan Lags, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace out.